Hey, welcome to the show magicalpainfreeliving.com with Shalini. I'm your host, Shalini Joshi Amdagni, and I'm an international physical and emotional pain relief expert and a best-selling author. And if you are suffering from upper back pain and you've been trying several different things to help yourself, and maybe you're not getting the results that you want, and you feel frustrated, annoyed because this pain is like this shadow that's, impacting your life in different ways, and you feel like you just have to live with it, then I want you to stay right there, because this particular episode is all about upper back pain, getting to the root causes of upper back pain, and it's not what you think it is, and how we can use this magical tool, emotional freedom techniques, to help you manage those pain levels instantly and maybe even dissipate this pain completely. So stay tuned, stay right there. Now, I also want to say that this is a special episode because I have a guest here. Her name is Wendy Neal, and she'll be jumping in. You can see her here. She'll be jumping in and doing our tapping along with us. But before we do that, let me just do a quick recap. I've been saying in my previous episodes that physical pain, no matter what kind of pain it is and where you have it, is simply a message from your body. It's a message about, the message is that something's off balance, something needs looking into. And most people try to deal with this physical pain by addressing it physically, surgeries, injections, pills, medications, and so on and so forth. And while we all have a place in pain relief journey, oftentimes these techniques, these tools they fall short of getting the relief that we're seeking. And that's why it's really important to address those underlying root issues, and that is the stressors in our life, the emotional conflicts that we really need to address if we are to get lasting relief. Now, I keep saying that pain is a message, and your back pain in general is a message from your body too. It's a message about support, having support in your life. Why? Because when you think of your back, it's basically your spine, and your spine supports you. So back pain is all about when you're feeling lack of support in some area. Now, upper back pain is usually about feeling a lack of emotional support, unlike lower back pain, which has a completely different meaning. So we're going to be looking at upper back pain, and it's all about feeling like you don't have the support, the emotional support, and that you have to do it all by yourself. You have to do it, all on your own, and you feel you wish you had more support. So that's basically the theme that we'll be exploring today. And I'm going to introduce my guest right now, Wendy, who we are going to be live tapping with. Hi, Wendy. Wendy, can you give us a little bit about who you are, where you're joining us from? I know it's late night there. It's just morning here. So give us where you're joining us from, and what's going on with your back.
Sure. Well, thanks, Shalini. And I just wanted to say thanks for having me on the show. It's a pleasure to be here. And so my name is Wendy Neal, and I'm from Iowa, which is right in the middle of the United States, Central Time Zone. So I'm in the kind of about 3 hours from Chicago, 3 hours west of Chicago. And it's, I believe, a 12-hour time difference between us. So it is actually just after 10 p.m. on Wednesday night here. So
10 a.m. here. So
10 a.m. there. Yeah. So 12 hours. But hey, the power of the internet, you can broadcast anytime you want, right?
So just a little bit about what's going on with your upper back pain. I know you mentioned you have more pain than just upper back, but it's kind of the
right. Well, it mostly manifests in the upper back, kind of between the shoulder blades, but maybe just a little bit on the right side. And so sometimes it kind of radiates to
towards the right of your shoulder?
To the right side, right, to the right side, and maybe a little bit to the neck.
Okay.
A lot of times it kind of comes and goes. The pain used to be a lot worse than it is now. And we had talked about this the other day, but, several years ago, I had all kinds of health issues, and from back pain, all over body pain, really, like fibromyalgia, to just horrible abdominal pains, anxiety, panic attacks, depression. And for years, this went on and manifested and got really bad about 6 years ago or so. I finally was diagnosed with multiple food allergies, hypothyroidism, and just changing my diet really and taking some supplements helped alleviate a lot of those symptoms. But I still kind of have the back pain come and go. And it seems like it's usually during stressful times of my life. So yeah, it's not like debilitating pain, but it's just one of those nagging pains that just seems to kind of always be there. Yeah.
And so just for the audience to learn. So the one thing that you really want to pay attention to is specifically where is your pain located. So you're saying your pain is on the upper right back?
Yes.
Mostly?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
On the upper right back?
Yes.
Okay. And how would you describe the pain? Is it like a nagging, aching pain? Is it a sharp shooting pain? Is it a throbbing, or is it just soreness?
It's not sharp or throbbing. It's more just a kind of a dull ache. That's how I would best describe it. Kind of a dull, achy pain. Yeah.
Dull, achy pain on the upper right back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And on a scale of 0 to 10, where 10 is really painful and 0 is no pain,
right?
Where would your number be right now? Right now,
and usually it's probably between a 3 or a 4. It's not super bad, super intense pain, but it's just kind of nagging enough to kind of be annoying.
Yeah. Okay. So, and does it feel like it's concentrated, or it's spreading and radiating, or it's a small area, or is it a large area in your upper back?
It's generally a smaller area, but it does, like I said, it kind of radiates up into my right shoulder just a little bit, and sometimes up into my neck area. But it's definitely the upper back. It never has radiated down to my lower back.
Okay. So what we're going to do right now is, look at, and people who are joining us, whether on the live or on replay, here's what we're going to do. You can tune in, just like we did with Wendy, to where is the location of your pain right now. And we're dealing with upper back pain, but if you're not having upper back pain and you've got some other pain, tune into that location. And, notice, how would you describe that pain? For Wendy, it's a dull, achy pain that sometimes radiates into her neck area. So just describe the pain for yourself. How would you describe your pain? For everyone, it's different, even though the label is upper back pain. And on a scale of 0 to 10, check in your intensity. Where's your intensity? How much do you feel it right now? For Wendy, you said it's about 3, 4?
Right. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. And what does it make you feel? Wendy, what does it make you feel? What do you feel because of this dull, achy, nagging pain? What does it make you feel?
I just feel like I just feel like there's some underlying, there's something there, I just don't know what it is, like I said, I've changed my diet. I've, made big improvements, because I got rid of all that inflammation from my body's constantly attacking the proteins that I was allergic to. But it just still seems like there's something there. There's something else, and
so does it make you feel curious, worried, anxious, frustrated?
Frustrated, I would say more or less. Yeah. Just that the fact that it's always seems to be there. And And sometimes it's worse than others. Sometimes it doesn't bother me too much. And then sometimes it's just, why me? Why is this there? So, yeah.
Okay. So right now it's about a 3 and 4, and generally the feeling is of frustration.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So what we're going to do is we're going to use this information about the location and how you're feeling about it. And on a scale of 0 to 10, this is how much it feels. And we're going to jump into the tapping. Now, for those of you who are joining us and you're completely unfamiliar with the tapping, it's like an emotional acupuncture where we tune into what's bothering us and we tap with our fingertips on key acupressure points. So if you want to know more, visit me at magicalpainfreeliving.com and you'll get a lot of information on what are those tapping points and how to tap and all that good stuff. But right now, if you're here live, just join in along. So Wendy, you remember the karate chop point?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So we're gonna do Simon Says, and you're gonna listen to me. And you're going to do what I do and just follow along in your head about what I'm saying. And we're specifically focusing on what's going on with you. So are you with me? Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So just tap along on the karate chop point, the side of your hand. Yeah. And we're going to say certain affirmations. So we're tuning into our body and saying what's going on with us. So even though I have this upper back pain, and you can just say it in your head.
Okay.
I choose to pay attention to my body's message. And I deeply and completely love and accept myself because I'm doing the best that I can. Even though I have this upper back pain and it's frustrating, I choose to honor my body's message to me, and I know I'm doing my best. One more time on the karate chop. Even though I have this upper back pain and I've had it for a while, and it's sort of frustrating because I don't know if it's ever going to go away. I choose to acknowledge this pain, and I know my body is trying to say something to me. I'm open to its message. Let's tap on the other points. When do you remember the eyebrow point?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So we're gonna go down the face points. So tap on the eyebrow. This pain in my upper back right now, side of the eye, this pain that I feel on my upper right back, under the eye, it's sort of radiating towards my neck area, under the nose. It's been there for a while, on the chin. It's like this nagging pain that's always there. Collarbone. I wonder if it's ever going to go away. Top of the head. I've tried so many different things for so long. Eyebrow. It comes and goes, but it's always there. Side of the eye. This upper back pain towards my right side, under the eye. I'm so frustrated because of it. Under the nose. Sometimes I wonder, why me? Chin point. I wonder if it's ever going to go away. Collarbone. But I know this message from my body is important. Top of the head. I guess my body has been trying for a long time to communicate with me. Eyebrow. I'm open to the possibility that I can understand these underlying messages. Side of the eye. Even though it's so frustrating, under the eye. I'm open to the possibility that as I address these underlying issues, under the nose, all the pain that I'm experiencing in my life, chin, all the stress in my life that comes and goes, collarbone. What if I could release that? Top of the head. I'm open to the possibility that I can release it and let it go. Eyebrow again. When I release this extra pressure and stress in my body, side of the eye, my body can relax and be at peace. Under the eye, and I can relax too. Under the nose, I choose to breathe in peace. Chin, I choose to pay attention to my body's messages. Collarbone, I'm open to the possibility of releasing this pain, and I'm feeling safe letting it go. Okay, just take a deep breath in. And what we want to do is keep tuning back into what's going on physically right now after we did the tapping. So tell me, what are you noticing with your upper back pain? What's coming up right now? What do you feel on your upper right back?
Well, I feel really relaxed. And so I think a lot of it has to do with like tension and stress. And I feel super relaxed, and I don't really feel any pain right now.
So if it was a 3-4, would you say it's, what would be the number right now?
Definitely, probably down to a 1. I mean, definitely a lot better.
Okay. Okay. And I know that, so, just for the audience here and for you too, Wendy, you can actually do this process and just tap on what's going on with you physically, emotionally, and how it's making you feel, and getting really specific about the location of the pain, and manage your pain level instantly. So from a 4, it's gone to a 1 instantly. Now, having said that, I also know, because I've been in chronic pain that had me confined to bed rest forever, and I've worked, I used this tool over a period of 1 month and completely healed myself. So I know that even though you can manage those pain levels right now from a 4 to a 1, which is great, from feeling this nagging pain, you're feeling more relaxed. It's an instant shift, and you can get on with your work, and, and without this thing. But I know it's going to come back, because it's something that's been going on for a long time. I heard you say 6 years.
Right.
So
yeah, at least, yeah.
And so what we do with pain, as I've said earlier, is a multi-layered problem, and you just have to keep sort of peeling the onions layer by layer as stuff comes up, because we've packed in a lot of, we human beings are amazing. We're at tolerating different types of pains and stresses, and so we have to keep addressing the deeper underlying layers. So we're going to go one more step right now. And I'm going to ask you, so when was the first time you noticed this upper back pain?
It's been years. I mean,
so let's think, when was the very first time? Like, maybe it's been decades, but do you remember that memory where the first time you noticed this pain? Maybe you were in college?
I don't know if I have a specific memory, but I do know when a period of very high stress for me about 6 or so years ago was my dad got rushed to the hospital. He kind of collapsed. They thought it was his heart. We thought he had a heart attack. It turns out he had blood clots in his lungs. He had a pulmonary embolism. He was in the hospital for several days. Ultimately, I mean, he's fine now. It turned out fine, but I noticed about
around that time,
2-3 weeks later, after the stress, after the scare had gone and he was home recovering, things were good. That's when it really hit me. That's when I had some really serious pain start, because I specifically remember that well, because my doctor was asking me, are you really stressed out? I'm like, well, no, but I was a few weeks ago, So it kind of came a little bit later, but I specifically remember that, like, it just hit me, and it was severe. It was pretty severe at that time.
Yeah, and I want to just say that this is typically this is what happens, that people start experiencing pain at a certain time, but that may not be the time, that may be the time that they're also stressed, but it could be that they experienced some sort of stress a couple of months ago, a couple of weeks ago, and then they have this thing and they say, no, there's no stress in my life, and I can't think of anything, but it's not that time. So the big question you want to ask yourself, anyone listening, is, when was the first time I noticed having this pain? And the other question is, what was the big stress around this time in my life? And it doesn't have to be specifically that day that this pain started, but just around. So I'm going to ask you, so this is the next layer that we're going to tap on. So I want you to maybe take a minute, Wendy, close your eyes and think about that day that we're going to call this movie Dad in Hospital. And just tune into that memory when your dad was in the hospital. Just like a quick mini movie clip in your mind. What were you feeling? What was going on?
I was terrified because my mom called me frantically, said the paramedics are at the house, carting your dad away. And I was petrified. And
do you feel it right now as you're telling me the story? Do you feel any tension?
I mean, yeah, I'm kind of starting to tense up a little bit. Yeah, okay. It wasn't pleasant at all.
And on a scale of 0 to 10, right now, as you tune into this movie about Dad in hospital, where would your intensity be in terms of the physical pain that you're feeling? Are you feeling it in your upper back right now?
Yeah, I can feel it now. Yeah, and kind of the neck area, kind of a tension.
Okay, and how strong is it on a scale of 0 to 10?
It's probably about a 3 right now.
Okay, and what do you feel when you think about this movie? What do you feel? Like when you were tuning into this memory, the time when your dad was in the hospital, what feelings were coming up? Panic?
Just
worry?
Scared, panic. Story. Yeah, all of those. Yeah. Okay.
So let's just tap along with it and see what happens. But this is interesting to see that right now, from a 4, it went to a 1. And as soon as you tuned into the specific memory from the past, which was stressful, the pain something started resurfacing. Because I like to say memories buried alive never die. They just get stored in your cells. They overload your system. They deplete your immunity and eventually create pain and dis-ease physically. So let's tap on this. And for those listening in, tune into your specific event, specific memory. What was going on? How are you feeling about it? 0 to 10 scale. Where do you feel it in your body? And just tap along. So even though I have this old memory from the past, and somehow it's related to my upper back pain, I'm choosing to listen in and tune in to what my body is letting me know about my physical pain. Even though I have this old memory about my dad in the hospital, and I have all these feelings that are surfacing right now about that old event, I choose to honor those feelings because they're really what I felt. Even though all these feelings are coming up right now as I remember that memory about Dad being in the hospital, I choose to honor all the feelings that are coming up. And I love and accept myself anyway. I'm doing my best. Let's tap on the other points. This old memory, side of the eye, Dad was in the hospital. Under the eye, I can remember this so well. Under the nose, I remember my mom calling me. Chin, that time when dad was in the hospital. Collarbone, this old memory. Top of the head, all these old feelings that I'm holding on to, all the stress, all the tension I went through. Eyebrow, all the stress that my body is still holding on to. Side of the eye, all these negative emotions that are coming up right now. Under the eye, all the old stress and old tension on all those old panicked feelings. Under the nose, I'm open to releasing them and letting them go. Chin, it happened a long time ago. Collarbone, thank God it's all over now. Top of the head, dad's okay. Eyebrow, I can release these old feelings. They are no longer relevant. Side of the eye, releasing all the stress. Under the eye, releasing all the tension. Under the nose, releasing all those panicked feelings. Chin, it's safe to let them go now. Collarbone, it's high time. I release those feelings now. Top of the head, I choose to feel peace instead. I allow my body to relax and feel peace now. Just take a deep breath. Just tune into your body physically. Notice what's going on. Where do you feel the pain? What's coming up?
I feel really relaxed again.
Okay.
I don't feel much pain, probably down to a 1 again.
Okay. And I want you to tune into that movie. Dad was in the hospital. Just maybe close your eyes, tune into that movie. It's like a test, right? We're going to do a test and say, what feelings come up right now when you think about that memory?
I guess I don't feel as stressed as the first time, I guess, or
when you think about it, right?
More at peace, I guess.
So when you see that movie, what do you see? What's happening and what are you feeling?
I mean, I guess it was still a scary thing. I can't deny that.
Okay.
But I think, I'm a little more, I guess I know the outcome and I know everything is okay. And,
So when you tune into it, do you still feel a sense of fear, a sense of still feeling scared?
I mean, sure. When I think about it, when you think about, well, it could have been different. It could have had a different outcome. So yeah, of course, it's still scary.
Okay. So I want you to pause right there. And do you feel that scary feeling somewhere in your body right now? When you think about that movie, do you feel that?
Well, yeah.
It could have had a different outcome.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So where do you feel it in your body right now?
Up in the neck, upper back area.
Okay. I want you to just start tapping on the collarbone. Okay. And we just tune into that old event and these remaining feelings. So these remaining feelings about that incident, we're just tapping on the collarbone. These remaining feelings about that incident, I'm still holding on to it. It could have gone either way. It could have gone either way. These feelings that are coming up right now, it was quite scary. It could have gone either way. These remaining feelings, Thank God it went all right. And I don't need to panic about it anymore. I don't need to be scared about it anymore. I can be peace now. I can make peace with this now. Take a deep breath. So take a moment right now again, close your eyes and tune in to that memory. What's coming up?
I think I'm just more at peace right now.
And what's happening with your neck right now?
It's much more relaxed.
Okay. Yeah, and so this is, I'm not going to say it's all going to go away because you've had it for 6 years. And what we need to do is, keep tuning in to our body and keep thinking about those stresses around that time. I'm sure we call these aspects in the EFT world, we call them different aspects. So let's say this movie, Dad in Hospital, has different pieces, right? It's like a puzzle. It has different pieces. When Dad came back home, when Dad almost had the heart attack, when Mom came to the hospital. There may be so many scenes related to this that you need to go back to and kind of, break it up and watch different sections because it took some time. I don't know how long he was in the hospital. Maybe day 2, you discovered some piece of information from the doctors and when you're in a hospital, different things are going on. So you have to tune in and see, what are you still holding on to? What is that stress that you're still holding on to? And so upper back pain is really all about support and emotional support. And the other way to get to it is get into those memories that you have, that you experienced that time. So what the work you have to do, Wendy, and all of the people listening in, is to go back in and let's do a recap. So what do? We described I don't know if you can see this, the specific location of the pain. We try to describe the pain. It's a dull ache, right? It was a nagging pain. We try to rate it on a scale of 0 to 10. And then we noticed, what does it make you feel? And Wendy said she was feeling frustrated because it's always there. And then later, we looked at, when did the pain start? What is the specific memory event? And what was the stress around that time? And then also the feelings, panicked and all that. So this is a process that you can use over and over again. And you can see that you can actually manage your pain levels instantly right there. But if you keep going at it and really going back and uncovering deeper layers of those stressful events and memories that you experience during that time, then that will significantly reduce your pain levels. So I hope that was helpful. I hope you got something here, and I hope you learned how you can instantly manage your pain levels. I'm so grateful for Wendy to join us, and I hope you're feeling better right now, Wendy. How do you feel?
I was going to say it was definitely helpful to me. I do feel much better.
Wonderful. And for all our audience who've joined us, thank you for joining us. And if you found this helpful, I would love for you to share this video. And of course, I would love for you to comment if you tapped along with us. What did you notice? What was your experience? What were the shifts you had? What memories came up for you? Please comment below and let me know. And we're going to be doing this week after week. So we will maybe looking at knee pain next time. I'll let you know. But right now, when I'm trying to wrap up, I was watching this movie, Finding Dory Part 2. I loved it. And something in that movie stayed with me, and that's, I don't know if you've seen it, but the mom tells the baby when she doesn't know what to do, she says, "What should I do?" And the mom says, "Just keep swimming, just keep swimming." I don't know if you've watched that. So what I want to say to you is just keep tuning in and just keep tapping on whatever is showing up, because it's the way your body's speaking to you. And the more you tune in and tap out, the more you allow your body to relax and return to its natural healing state. So thank you again. I'm so glad you joined us. And I'll see you in our next episode. Bye for now.
Right. Bye.
Bye.